Bob Crawford back at the XL Center between periods of tonight's Whale-Springfield matchup, and joining us is the Whale Scott Tanski. And Scott, when you came to the Whale in the preseason, you showed a pretty good scoring touch, banging some pucks in from around the net, and then really didn't get an opportunity to contribute too much offense for a lot of the year. But a 2-goal game last Saturday seems like the chances are starting to come for you.
Yeah, I got to give a lot of credit to my line mates. For a couple of those games I was playing with Granner and Owen, they were making a lot of space for me, and obviously Tommy made an unbelievable pass, and Owen worked so hard that it was easy for that second one there. But you got to give a lot of credit to those guys because we've been working together for a while, and we're starting to get a chemistry, and it feels like it's clicking out there.
Yeah, it can't be an easy line to play against. You mentioned Jordan's not a big guy, but he really generates some speed. He likes to hit, and both you and Grant, you're not huge, but big bodies, big upper bodies that can punish guys down low.
Yeah, I love playing with those guys because, as a player, you know what those guys are going to give every single night, and when we go out there and we play a strong offensive forward-checking game and try and create turnovers, and that's when we're successful in getting our chances. So, over the past couple months, I've really enjoyed playing with them, and hopefully we can continue to be successful and generate some offense for the team.
In last night's game, I thought your line was the best on the team for a lot of the game. It was a tough game for the team for a lot of it. They spent a lot of time penalty killing, a lot of time on your own half of the ice, but they kept rolling your line out there the second and third period, and it seemed like whenever you got out there, you had the legs moving pretty well, and you were able to get a forecheck going.
Yeah, for sure. With those penalties, sometimes it's tough to, there's a lot of momentum changes, and sometimes it's tough to generate any kind of sustained pressure. So I know that, when our line gets out there, it's our job to create some energy, get some offensive forward-checking pressure, and try and wear them down a little bit. And for the most part, I think that we had a few chances down there, and we played the majority of the night in their end. So obviously we can get the 2 points, and that's what's most important. So as of today, we're going to try and do the same and hopefully come out tonight with a W.
What about at the other end of the ice? When you're playing third, fourth line and you're at home, a lot of times the coach will try to get you a positive matchup, one that where you don't have to be too worried about the defensive zone. But when you get out there against one of the other team's top lines, a good team like Wilkes-Barre Scranton, do you feel pretty comfortable on the other half of the ice as well?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we all out there giving it our all, and we know if the coaching staff is going to give us an opportunity to play against the other team's top two lines, then we got to be very physical against them. That's usually when you're playing against the top lines in the other team, they got a lot of skilled players, who like to create offensive chances and like to hold on to the puck. So if you can be physical against those guys, and you can try and punish them a little bit, and then they can try to maybe take them off their game.
Scott Tanski's with us between periods, and having started to get some numbers next to your name, and with the team consistently missing some of the top line forwards over the last month or so. Chris Newberry's out now. Is it tough at all to kind of stay within your role, where maybe you're thinking in the back of your mind, I got to generate some more offense here, but you're trying to stay within yourself as well?
No, I don't think so. It's really important for me as a role that I have on this team is to be consistent. When the coaching staff puts me out there, they know what they're going to get shift in, shift out, and if I can do my role, to the best of my abilities and be consistent and chipping in the offense, then I feel like I've done my job in any given night.
Sometimes when you're playing the physical game and you're trying to punish the other team and get them looking over their shoulder a little bit, it's a tough sort of line to walk, where the officials are really trying to be careful about guys with borderline hits around the boards and things like that. How tough has that been for you to kind of measure at the pro level?
I never really had a problem with that in my junior career and up to in my pro career now. I got respect for the other guys, and I think to myself, if I was in that position, I don't want to be suspended because I want to get as many games as I can in my rookie season here. But I always have that in the back of my mind out there, making clean checks, because we have had some trouble with being down men in the past couple games, and as being a fourth line or third line player, you can't be taking penalties. So I try to keep my game as clean as possible. But saying that, I'm going to go out there and finish every single check and try and create turnovers and generate some excitement for the crowd.
Finally, Scott, before we let you go, you might have the best hair in the American Hockey League. I'm sure fans have seen the big shock of red hair coming out the back of the helmet. The other guys have a lot of fun with that, and you feel like that's a bit of a calling card for you?
I think so. I mean, I've never really had it this long before, but the boys sometimes give me some grief, and it's kind of been, a little bit of how I've been known, over the course of the years. So I think I'm going to keep rolling with it. It seems to be working. So anything I can do to keep the boys a little light in the dressing room, and I'll stick with that.
Thanks a lot for a few minutes here tonight, Scott, and continued good luck.
Thank you very much.